What's going on, folks? So you may or may not have noticed that there is a new add-on that HorizonXI is promoting here in a new post from Eric. He says, after a long-awaited time, we are proud to officially present the HorizonXI UI, that is, user interface. Please note that the Sheet 4 add-on is being released to you in beta form. Okay. So, it's in beta. I have actually installed this and tested it out in the game. In fact, I did an entire half-hour video about it, and my microphone wasn't working. So, here I am, doing it again, but at least now I can refine it to make it less mumbly and stumbly and coherent. So, here we go. Let's try this again. So, I'm going to go to this page here. As you can see here, well, this is the UI. There's a target bar, there's an enemy bar, there's a chat screen here. Well, the chat screen is just, this is just a placeholder for where the chat screen is. Cast bar, player base, you can actually click on each of these items and move them around, do whatever you want to them. There's going to be configuration settings where you can change the size of the font, change the size of the bars and the height and stuff like that, and all sorts of stuff. So, it's pretty cool, actually. So let me just go in and give you a quick tour of how to get it installed. So here I go to click on the link, it says GitHub. Now you can either click on the code and download zip, or you could go to the README file here, and this will present you with a, actually, let me see here. Here we go. This here, instead of clicking on the README file, this basically just shows you what is in the README file anyway. So this contains the following elements: player bar, which I, as you see here, is the HP, MP, and TP. Target bar here, which shows the enemy name, and it looks like maybe that's a casting bar right there. I actually didn't fight, when I went to test it, I didn't fight any mages, so I'm not sure if that's a casting bar or not. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's a casting bar. We'll see. And there's like little debuffs and buff icons right there. You can actually change the size of those. You can change the size of the fonts compared to the bar and everything. So there's a party list here. I didn't actually go into a party when I did that, but I assume it's going to be pretty similar. Changing sizes, changing. You can see what your party members have buffs and stuff like that without. You can see it on the fly. Everybody at once, probably. Enemy list. I'm still not sure what enemy list is. It seems to be. Well, I think maybe it's just any enemy that has enmity on you or something. But I haven't actually tested that out. So somebody in the comments, or maybe somebody who already knows, tell me what the enemy list is. I guess it's just a list of all the enemies that are like attacking you or your party members, I guess. We'll see. Inventory tracker. This is one of the coolest things here. Down here, you can see it has a little status section here for gil you have, and inventory sets. You can see this first section here is for your first 30 inventory slots, and then the next section here is for all the gobby bag slots that you've unlocked. So you can see if it's full or not, and that's pretty cool. That's actually awesome. Let's go back here. Okay, and guild tracker there, and configuration for all UI elements. Okay, so what you do, like I said up here, you can either click on the code and download zip, or you can click on this here to directly download the thing. So I'm going to click on that. You'll see it shows up in my, maybe you don't see it up there, but it showed up in my downloads list here. So I went to, pardon the dogs, I'm going to go click on that bar there, and why is it not showing up here? Okay, I got it figured out. That was my fault. Anyway, so once you download it, I actually downloaded it a couple times because I just was tried the video a couple times. I don't need all three of these. And what it does is creates this HXUI main. You double click on that, and you click on the. Let me bring this over here a little bit. Click on the extract all. What it does is create the this file here, and then you go inside there, and then there you have your HXUI main. Now, remember that I have a screen here to share. There we go. All right, so download the latest, download the release of HXUI clicking on the link, I did that. Extract the file, I did that. Once extracted, it'll create a directory called HXUI main right there. Open up this directory right there. And then I will, inside will be a directory called HXUI. Copy the HXUI folder to your Ashita add-ons folder, which is going to be, let me open up a second window here. Let me resize for you. Okay, so in my F drive here in the add-ons, I'm going to go to add-ons, and I'm going to click on the HXUI, and either you can copy and paste the whole folder, or you can click and drag down like this, but I already did that. So basically just put this folder into your game and add-ons folder, inside the add-ons folder here. As you can see here, I have the HXUI right there. So once that is in the add-ons folder, like it says down here, it is recommended that you take these steps to load HXUI by default. So what that means is it will load up before, you don't have to do anything manual to load it yourself. It will just load up automatically when you go to start your game. So let me just go through that part there and show you how to do that. So I go to the next level up, and I'm going to go to scripts and then default, and double click that and move that over to here a little bit. So it says right down here, it says go to the plugin and add-on configurations, which is down to this section here, plugin and add-on configurations. It says specifically below the weight line and below the block of equals marks, which is, it says equals there, but these are actually what you would call, kids these days would call hashtag, and older people would call them pound or number sign. But me, being a badass that I am, I know the original first name of this symbol is called an octothorpe. There's your tip for the day. It's called an octothorpe. Look it up, Google it, it's real. And then you would click on, or then you put in slash add-on load UI, load HXUI, which is what I have here. And that will basically load it when you start up the game instead of having to load it manually. If you do want to load it manually, just type in the game, while you're in the game, slash add-on load HXUI. There you go. So I'm going to save it, and that is done with the installation. So that's pretty easy. So now I'm going to go into my game, and I will show you how to configure it. Be right back. Alright, so here I am in the game. I'm in the dunes as Red Mage Beastmaster, Red Mage 17 Beastmaster. I am going to show you how this works. As you can see here, I got, first of all, by the way, when you first start it up and you haven't configured anything, everything is going to be stacked up here in the upper left corner. You'll need to click and drag the things down to the places where you like them. For me, I had the long, typical window here for the text, for the chat. So I'm going to show you how to do that quick in case you want to configure it the similar way that I have it. So I'm going to go to configuration windows and window 1. And right now I have maximum lines here up to really high. I lower it here to make it, basically that changes the height. And minimum lines displayed is just, it's not going to be any less than 10 lines. And then the width is changed like right here. It's just personal preference really. That's the normal with this particular settings. And I like to have the extra real estate of visual stuff here. So I moved my new user interface set place. I loaded my new user interface parts down to the bottom there, and then made myself a bigger window on the side here. I'm going to try that out and see if I like it. And yeah, pretty much that's how it is. So that's window 1. And just also other configurations for having a second window there for different chat settings and having certain text and certain boxes. And I'm not going to get into that right now. It's a totally different video. But I'm sure you can figure out how to do that with other YouTube videos. Anyway, so I'm going to bring up the slash, what was it again? What's the instruction? HXUI, yeah, slash HXUI. And that brings up this window here. And by the way, if any of you know how to make it so the cursor shows up when you're over one of these UI elements, I can only thing I can do is like see like kind of where it is now, but I can't see the cursor. So it's kind of, it's frustrating. So let me just go to general here. This is some general settings. Let me just show you how to change the look of some of this stuff. So right now I'm on the player bar. That's the HP, MP, and TP. So I'm gonna go click on the scale of it, and scale X is the width of it. I'm gonna bring it over to what I had it before, just like 1.0. But you can do it however you like to, whatever your preference is. The scale Y is the height of it. I like the thickness of it. You can be super weird with it if you want to. I'm going to keep it a little bit thin. And then the font offset basically is the font size compared to... Although this changing this will change the... it just changes the font size. It doesn't change it in relation to the other things. So just font size. So that's all personal preference, and pretty much all of these settings have... pretty much all of these different elements have different settings similar to this. The target bar, I don't have any targets. Let me target something. So I'm targeting myself. And I can change the scale of that. By the way, something I mentioned in my video that didn't actually work out. If anybody from the HXUI team is here, it would be cool if there was a feature like a box here for a different set of settings for the NM bars. If the thing checks as an NM, it is kind of like a boss battle. So it'd be cool to have like a really big boss battle bar, and then a normal bar for every other monster, but like a big boss battle bar. It's a little more immersive into the game. If like when you're fighting an NM, suddenly the bar was really big because it's like a boss battle. But maybe that's hard to do. I don't know. Just a thought. And then the scale again is the height. The Y scale is the height. And I go right about there, I guess. And that font offset again is the top number there above my bar is the distance from the target, and the bottom bar is the health percentage. The icons here are for what buffs or debuffs this particular target has. Alright, so I'm going to close out this target bar there. And player bar. Enemy list is pretty much works the same way. Party list the same. I don't have a party at the moment, so I can't really test that out. This down here, this configuration mode, this is just a sort of a placeholder spot where your casting bar will be, by the way. Enemy list, party bar, XP bar. And you can change the size of your XP bar if you want. There's a little number above on the right of the XP bar. That's the current percentage of the bar full. Font offset, actually, and maybe I'll make that a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. That's fun. That's fun. Guild tracker. You can change the... By the way, the enabled is just the visible or not visible or not, so that's cool. You can change the size of the... You can change the size of the guild symbol and the size of the font, so you can have it to be both big or both small. Looks like you can't change the size together, but you can just do them individually, I guess. So whatever that size there is, I don't really need to have that big. I know what it is. And then that there is, that works right there. Guild tracker. Come on. Inventory tracker. Again, you can change the size of it. I like to keep it there. I don't need it really big to tell me. It doesn't really say what's in it. It's just how full it is, so you don't really need it big, in my opinion. And that's good right there. And okay, guild inventory tracker. Close that. Cast bar. Okay, so the cast bar there is right there. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think was the proper placement for a cast bar? Should it be like, where do you need to see the casting happen? Do you need to see it like by your... It's normally the game puts one automatically in the lower right. I don't know. I'll put it right there. It's fine. I don't even know if I'll really need it if the casting bar is already there. Actually, no, the casting bar is upper right, or upper left, I mean. Where else would you need the casting bar? Comment down below. Where would you put the casting bar? Where is it most useful? I'll go there for now. All right. So then I'm going to close this. Oh, by the way, there is an update notice that shows up when you first start too. Just click the upper right X bar, X on that to get rid of that screen there. And then the HXUI to bring up the menu. /HXUI. So let's go test it out. Let's go fight something. Also, folks at Horizon, it would be cool if there was a pet element in the UI, like an element for the pets, you know. Also, I have settings here. The in the enemy bar settings, there's a checkbox for the enemy ID. So if you know of a particular enemy ID for like a camping an NM, and you want to see where the if there's a lottery spawn NM and you want to kill just that lottery spawn, just the placeholder for it, look for that. If you happen to know the ID, look for that ID, and that's what that is. So let me check that. Decent challenge, okay. Let's charm him. Okay, so I got my hair. Also, this second bar here, I'm gonna see if this is a casting bar. Maybe that's MP. Is that MP? MP is full right now. Let me see what happens to that bar when I cast it myself. Oh, I know what it is. The little arrow there indicates what that enemy is attacking right now. So right now it's just me, so I'm not attacking myself. But that right there, I guess it indicates what your enemy is currently attention on, you know. So let's go fight the sand hare. Even match, that's cool, that works. Okay. Let's get some debuffs on there and show you how those show up. Paralyzed bar going up there. Okay, we got paralyzed on there. You can see with the paralyzed symbol. Let's get some poison. And get some blind. So, right now the sandhare's attention is on the other sandhare. So maybe that isn't right, or maybe it only works for players. Maybe a little tip for the Horizon team to put in, enable some ability that the sandhare is fighting the sandhare, you know? Just a possible quality of life thing there. Let's try to slow him down. Slow, do not stick. Bio, how about that? Bio, of course, will stick. Let me let my pet die, and then to finish him off myself to see if that arrow Andy Plays Games shows up. Come on now. My sandhare HP is down there. Interesting. Okay. Now he's clearly on me, but it's not showing up. What is that arrow in the second box there? What is that? Somebody in the comments tell me. What does that mean? What does it mean? Okay. So sandhare, the enemy list box is showing up still. Sandhare hasn't depopped. Now it's gone. Maybe the enemy list is just any enemy that I'm involved with in some way with the game. Anyway, so this video ended up being about 10 minutes less. So maybe that works. I must have been jabbering for 10 minutes randomly on junk stuff. Anyway, that's how it works. It's pretty cool. I like it. Definitely cool looking. Definitely something I'm gonna play with and test out and see how it works. Maybe some tweaks here and there. Like, it'd be awesome if there was a beast bar or beast readout somewhere. I know there is a beast add-on, but that's kind of buggy. When you get paralyzed, it kind of like craps out on you. So I don't use it anymore because it's annoying. But like a beast, an element in the UI with a beast, with a pet would be really cool. And I can put that somewhere here-ish, maybe. I don't know. I'll figure that out. But mostly, awesome. I like it. I'm going to play with it, get used to it, and yeah. So good job, Horizon UI team. I like it. And thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and see you next time.